The Forest That Dreamed. Long ago, in a kingdom where maps turned to mist at the edge of the known world, there was a forest that no one dared to name. Not because it was feared, but because to speak of it was to remember dreams that had never happened, or perhaps had happened long ago in another life. They called it the Forest That Dreamed. This forest was unlike any other. Trees whispered not with wind, but with voices that echoed long-forgotten songs. Flowers bloomed only in the colors of stories yet to be told, and at night, a soft, silver glow shimmered beneath the leaves, as though the stars had descended to sleep upon the moss. No map could hold it. No compass could find its center, and no one who entered returned unchanged. But then came a girl named Anwen. She was born in the village of Weatherwin, a place nestled against the foothills where the forest began to breathe. Anwen had eyes like still water and hair as black as raven feathers, and though she seldom spoke, her silence was filled with listening. Her grandmother, the village healer, often told her tales of the forest. She said it was a place where dreams grew like trees, and that those with a true heart could walk its paths and learn truths forgotten by the world. Anwen believed her. Others didn't. They called it nonsense, old folk magic and fever dreams. But Anwen listened. And one night, when the moon was new and the village was sleeping, she walked into the forest. The moment she stepped past the last pine of Weatherwin, the world shifted. The air grew thick with scent, earth and spice, rain and something older than time. The trees here had bark like polished stone and leaves that shimmered between green and gold. The path before her wound like a question mark, ever twisting, always moving. She walked. Hours passed, or days. The forest cared little for time. Soon she came upon a clearing lit by a pool of light with no source. In the center stood a tall, slender creature, neither man nor beast, with skin like bark and eyes of molten amber. "You are awake," it said, voice like rustling parchment. "Few are when they enter." "I've come to understand," said Anwen simply. The creature tilted its head. "To understand what?" "What the forest dreams, why it calls." The being considered her, then nodded. "Then you must walk the paths of dreaming. But beware, dreams can bite." It lifted one long finger and touched her forehead. Anwen's vision swirled. She awoke in a world of ice. Snow fell in silence. She stood atop a frozen lake, yet her bare feet did not chill. All around her were fragments of memory, floating, glimmering, half-formed. A woman cried over a cradle. A child ran laughing through a meadow of silver grass. A storm swallowed a mountain. This was not a dream. This was memory. Hers and not hers. Ancient and immediate. She turned, and there, walking across the ice, came a boy. He looked no older than 10, with hair white as snow and eyes as blue as frost. He smiled at her. "Are you the dreamer?" she asked. "I am the first dream," he replied, "but not the last." "What does that mean?" "That the forest was born from longing, a wish so strong it rooted itself in the earth. Every tree, every stone, each was once a dream someone forgot." "Who dreamed it?" He paused. "Perhaps you did, or perhaps the world itself." The ice cracked beneath them. Without fear, Anwen reached for his hand. The boy dissolved into mist. She fell. When she awoke, she was in a grove of glowing mushrooms, each pulsing like a heartbeat. Beside her sat a fox with silver fur and 3 eyes. "You dream in colors," it said. Anwen, used to strangeness now, nodded. "Where am I?" "The path of the hidden self, the place where truth hides in shadows." "Do I have to fight something here?" The fox laughed. "Not fight. Find what?" "Your fear." A gust of wind blew through the grove and the mushrooms dimmed. From the shadows stepped a figure, Tall, dark, faceless. Anwen felt it before she saw it. The fear. It wore her face. "Who are you?" she asked. "I am who you could become," the shadow said, voice like broken glass. "If you forget kindness, if you trade wonder for control, if you let the world harden you." Anwen stepped forward. "I won't become you." "You already are." She touched the shadow's hand. It trembled, then dissolved into petals. The fox nodded. "You have passed." On the third path, the forest became sky. She floated among stars, each a dream not yet dreamed. A voice like thunder whispered, "Name your deepest wish." Anwen said nothing. "Name it," the voice insisted. "I don't know it yet," she replied. Silence. Then a breeze, warm and soft, carried her back down. When she returned to the waking forest, the creature from the clearing was waiting. "You have walked the paths. You have seen what the forest dreams." Anwen nodded. "It dreams of being remembered." "Yes," said the creature, "for dreams, when forgotten, become empty. But when remembered, they grow." The forest stirred around her. "You are one who remembers." Anwen reached down and pressed her palm to the moss. And the forest changed. Trees bent gently toward her. The leaves began to whisper her name, not with words, but with wonder. From the shadows, other beings stepped forth. Beasts with antlers of flame, birds with crystal feathers, children with laughter in their eyes. They watched her with hope. "You have become the forest's dreamer," the creature said. "Now it dreams through you." "But what must I do?" "Tell its stories, keep its memory, and never stop wondering." So Anwen returned to Weatherwind, but not as a girl, as a weaver of dreams. She told tales that healed the broken-hearted. She sang songs that stirred old magic. And when she walked, the trees seemed to lean in, listening. The villagers changed. Slowly, they began to believe. They planted trees not just for wood, but for stories. They left offerings by the forest's edge, not of gold, but of poems, drawings, hopes. And every year, on the night of the new moon, Anwen would return to the forest, and it would glow. For it was no longer just a forest that dreamed. It was a forest remembered. And that, as all dreamers know, is where the real magic begins.